What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Today is Saturday, October 7th, day number 67 inside the Big Brother house. We've got a lot to go over with the nominations, what the plans are going forward, any potential backdoor plans. Everything is to be talked about. But let's kind of go over where we left off with everything that happened since the last update, even prior to that. We had Mimi, who was evicted, Bowie Jane winning HOH. What were the plans going to be? Like, we don't really know because she's the complete wild card in this game. We know that Cory and America, they kind of wanted to have Cam and Blue be the targets. Matt and Jag really kind of wanted Cirie and Felicia to be the target, which that was kind of the last meeting she had of the night was with them two. So that was kind of where it seemed like she was leaning. Bowie does seem kind of like the one who would maybe go with the last person she talked to, and that would be the the way she goes with her nominations. And the house guests definitely saw that throughout the day as well. They kind of made sure they were always with her. But yeah, Matt and Jag wanted Cirie and Felicia. Blue was really kind of wanting for Cory and America to go up. Felicia and Cirie also would like to see Cory and America probably go up. And Cameron was just happy to be safe for once when he wasn't the HOH, because every time he's not the HOH, he always ends up on the block. We'll see, because the week ain't over yet. But he wouldn't mind Cory. Definitely wouldn't mind it. And the big thing, though, is we just didn't know what Bowie was going to do. We didn't know where her real loyalties lied. She had lots of little pairings here and there. I mean, real quickly, we can go over to our alliance chart, and you can see like she has a pretty good relationship with Cameron. I had them as a pair, mainly because Cameron had said it was his main alliance. And again, this is from last week, so it's outdated, but there are things like the trio she had with Matt and Jag. She's got stuff that she's working with not just Matt and Jag, but also Cam and Bowie. She's got a relationship with Cirie, who is seemingly like somebody that she was thinking about, I might as well just put you up because I feel like I have better relationships now with other people. So she's has these things, but we didn't know what the real ones were, where her real loyalties lied. And she had lots of meetings today, went back and forth, and part of how she was with everyone, she even realizes like, I didn't want this. Like, she pretended to be HOH during like the zombie week. And she had kind of fun with that, where she was having like meetings and one-on-ones with people. But like, this is the real deal, and she's seeing it like for sure. And I'm 99% sure she was trying to throw the competition, just not only on things she said, but obviously the 27 to 627 thing, that was weird. I think she just panicked with that. But she's said multiple times now, like, I didn't want to win HOH. I didn't want all this responsibility. Like, this is why I shouldn't have won. And eventually, though, it got to the point where everyone had their little agendas and meetings, but it did seem like everyone got on board with Cirie and Felicia. But most of them are on board with that because they also see it as like a blank canvas that they can paint this wonderful backdoor picture on of whoever their target is. If you're Cory and America, Cameron. Even Matt and Jag kind of think Cameron. If you're Blue and Cameron, it would be Cory. Same with Felicia and Cirie. They would very much like to see someone like Cory go up on the block. Though I also think if they could manage it, I think Cirie would love to get Jag up on the block. Uh, but yeah, it was kind of everybody was on board with Cirie and Felicia. And it sounds like a great way for them to all get backdoored. Like I said, like they're all trying to use this as a way to backdoor. But I'd be worried that I was the back door, even if I thought like, yeah, I have this under control. Like, you have to know, like, well, maybe they're thinking the exact same thing I'm thinking. So I kind of hate it, but I love it at the same time. It's lots of mess, and it's great. She told Cirie and Felicia that both of them would be pawns. They eventually, when they talked about it, they were like, wait a minute, hold on here. So Felicia went and had another conversation, like, so what's going on? Right? And she's like, well, listen, it's going to be you two. But also, like, come on, what do you guys expect? You burned me with the red vote. You completely left me out of that nomination. which I hate to bring this kind of stuff up, but I see a lot of people trying to spin narratives again of like, oh, this and that. It's like Bowie has legitimate reasons to put up Cirie and Felicia. They blindsided her with the red vote, and from that moment did not talk any game with her at all. Like, yeah, Cirie kind of made up with her later, but at that point, like, she already burnt the bridge. Once you burn the bridge, like, you know, burn me once, shame on me. Burn me twice, shame on you. Like, Bowie's not gonna let you burn her twice. Plus, they were talking behind Bowie's back even before this. Like, she has reasons to nominate her other than it being anything that is involved in game. So I really, it does bug me when people try and spin these narratives, because that's part of that toxic nature that the Big Brother fandom has gotten to, where it's like every little move is now analyzed as like, well, is this really for game, or are they targeting them for other reasons that don't involve the game? And it's like, stop. We need to stop that. There are legitimate reasons Bowie could be nominating Cirie and Felicia. Number one being that they blindsided her on the red vote, and ever since, she completely didn't trust them. The other also being they're the ones that are the easiest one to nominate and just throw up there and get the most little amount of blood on your hands. They're very less likely to win HOH than any of the other players are, and almost every other one of the other players has a pairing. Even at this point, you can say that Blue and Cameron are kind of becoming a little bit of a duo, even though it's not. They both have matching agendas, and houseguests are pushing that agenda onto Bowie. So to say it's anything else, it honestly gets me upset, because it's like, there are times when that happens. There are. But this is not one of them. And when you start to try and make this into one of those situations, it devalues everything else. And it makes it so that when we do have situations that are troublesome and we call them out, it ends up being not a thing. So it's like, we just need to see it for what it is. It's a game. And when the bad things happen, and we will call them out. This is not one of those bad things. This is a game. It's a game. Anyway, that's just an Ori rant. I hate when that happens. I know you guys kind of love when it happens, but it's an Ori rant. Where were we? So Cirie and Felicia, they're the ones who ended up being nominated. It did actually take place later in the day than normal. But it did end up taking place, and Cirie and Felicia end up going on the block. It also means that Cirie is now no longer someone who has not been nominated. Almost everyone in the game has now been nominated at least once. Listen, in baseball, you don't talk about when a pitcher has a perfect game. If anybody isn't a baseball fan, perfect game is when you have no hits, no walks, no errors in your game, and you've been going almost the whole game by doing this. And it's like superstitious, right? If you talk about it, that's when bad things happen. So there may be some players that haven't been nominated yet, and that puts them in line for a perfect game in Big Brother. If you don't know what a perfect game is, never being nominated, winning the final 3 HOH, and then winning unanimously. Because if you win the final 3 HOH, that means you had never had a chance of going home on eviction night. You always were safe. And then if you win unanimously, that means you never had a vote cast against you. So it would be considered a perfect game. It's happened. It has happened. But we won't talk about it happening right now, because that's when it doesn't happen. And there's a thing called the commentator's curse, and I will not take part in that. If anybody wants to fill in the comments who is not been nominated yet, or hey, maybe go to bb.house. You can check and see week by week who was nominated when, how many times people have been nominated. I believe it's been updated recently. When you click on somebody, it says like how many HOHs and stuff they won at the bottom. So go check out bb.house, and you can see who is in line for a perfect game. Because I won't say it, because I'm not going to be that one to jinx it. Anyway, some other things after the nominations took place were lots of talks about trying to get Cameron up as the replacement if the veto were to be used. Also, most people would use the veto on Cirie and have it be Felicia versus somebody, because they really feel like Cirie is the better one to keep anyway, right? If the nomination stayed the same, right now it would be Felicia who would be leaving and Cirie would be staying, even though that seems like a wild suggestion. That seems like everybody wants to do at this point. Uh, but there was lots of talk about trying to get Cam up, especially from Jag, Matt, Cory, and America. And they all said what they would do is, because Bowie doesn't seem like she's really on board with backdooring anyone, we would have to pretty much tell her all the things that Cam's been doing behind her back. Like how Cam has wanted to work with kind of them all individually as like a 3-person trio. So she kind of knows about those. Like at the very least, like Cameron, like he talks in riddles, so like she probably doesn't know exactly, right, in those terms, but like Cameron's told her kind of that she's like, yeah, magic, you don't have to worry about magic, like don't ask me things you don't want to know about, like that kind of stuff. So like maybe that'll really work. Meanwhile, while that was happening, Cam was up in the HOH room really pushing Cory like more and more, like we could, just saying, maybe we could backdoor Cory. She's like, no, no, right? That Australian, no, no. That's a terrible Australian accent. I'm sorry. All of Australia. I'm sorry. No. She was like, no, I don't think so. And then he's like, you sure? Because maybe we could. And she's like, You sure? No. And it ended up being eventually he leaves and Matt comes in because Bowie kind of just shuts it all down. She's like, I don't want to do that. Matt is kind of the first one to get the Bowie since the potential Cam going up talks have really begun with Belgium. They don't want to be called Belgium, but we're gonna call them Belgium. And Bowie even kind of talks to him beforehand, being like, yeah, you know, Cam was pushing Cory. Also, Bowie did actually fill in Cam that Cory wanted to start some stuff, and that really kind of made Cam push for Cory even more. So Bowie's not just selling out Cameron here; she was selling out other people. But she was like, yeah, like he was really pushing Cory, but like I don't want to do it. Like I just don't want to be the one to even put up Cam. Like I don't want to do that either. And she does leave the door open a little bit because she tells him like, you know, I wish it was easy for me to do it, but I just don't have any reasons. Like I don't want to be the one to do it. And Matt's like, I wish we had like a fight or something that could happen. She's like, yeah, I wish I heard something like behind my back that he was saying, which is kind of what they plan on doing. But again, she kind of knows about some of the stuff they're planning on telling her. So like, will it be a big bombshell to her? I don't know. Will she just use it as a way to kind of stir some stuff up that she's able to like do something where she walks away kind of clean? Again, I don't know. But eventually Jag does join, but they don't really start pushing Cam just yet. They really just work more on kind of solidifying the trio that they had. Even they're saying like we should name it, and Bowie comes up with the sinking ship, which I kind of love. I kind of love that as a name. So that should be interesting to see how this all kind of develops, because we do have veto, which will take place today. It's going to be kind of huge to see like who wins veto, because if it does get used, who would end up being the back door, and depending on who wins it depends highly on if it would be used, because I feel like Cory, America, Cameron, Blue, Matt, Jag, at this point all would use the veto to kind of force Bowie to put somebody up, unless Bowie told them like, if you do it, it's going to be Matt or it's going to be America, and that would stop Jag and Matt or Cory and America from putting anybody up. And if she said to like Blue, it would be like Jag or Matt, I think that would even stop her. I think if she said Cameron, Blue would still probably use it. Blue would still probably use it if she said Cameron. Even though they all think that Blue and Cameron are kind of working together now at this point. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes with veto. Zingbot will also be coming into the house today during the veto competition. And I hope to have my interview with Zingbot for tomorrow's update. So you're going to want to stick around for that for sure. And you're going to want to be here for that tomorrow's update to find out who won veto, will it potentially be used, and to hear from Zingbot himself about all these pre-jury house guests. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Oh, also, I'm not 100% sure, but maybe, just maybe, we might have to add a tally to the boink counter, like officially, because there may have been stuff that happened with Blue and Jared. We were never fully aware of a full-on boinking, but we might have had a full-on boinking take place last night with America and Cory. I can't confirm it 100%, but I saw what I saw and I heard what I heard, and I'm reading between lines here, and when cameras cut after certain motions, you start to put pieces together, and you go, "Whoa, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute," and I think maybe it's possible there was a boinking, but that is to be seen. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Check out the links to all my socials in the description down below. Pin comment, things like the Twitch, Twitter, Discord, everything, Kick, what else is there? Throne, the Ori Fund, whatever you want to follow and click on, check it all out. You can also join the channel as a member, become official Oreo. You get little badge next to your name and emotes and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun, especially for the live streams as well. But just thank you guys all so much. We are just inching closer and closer to 9,000 subscribers, and then hopefully we can just blow past that in the final stretches and get to 10K by the end of the season. So big thank yous for all the love and support you guys have been giving me on this channel, and thank you guys all once again for watching, and I will see you next time.